fixed it, but
They put a drain in, but it
it's probably clogged.
couldn't
It's
hold.
hard to see when it's 10 feet up.
That's true. Parker coming?
As far as I know, I didn't hear otherwise.
He was home.
Another minute, maybe he got detained. There he comes.
He's the new Rick on the board. Rick Chandler used to be just always right down the wire.
It was, wasn't he?
4:29 and 59 was when he'd come in.
He was probably getting the treats.
Oh,
It doesn't look like he got the treats.
Parker, no. Hi, Parker.
Parker.
Let's go ahead and call the August 17, 2026 Tipton Utility Service Board meeting to order. First item on the agenda, the minutes from the last meeting.
Move they be approved as submitted.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as submitted. Any questions, comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next, we'll move to claims.
I make a motion to pay claims 28,22,8 to 28,276 for $1,190,906.92.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve claims as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Now we're up to charge off, sir. You have any comments to make on that before we?
Not really. I sent out the list of half a dozen, couple $100 a piece, people that didn't pay their final bill. So, and I did point out that those folks do go on a list, and if they ever come back to re-engage with services from TMU, we make them pay that previous balance off to get service. No, it's pretty, we're trending the right way on the delinquent list. Keep working that down.
We are.
Make a motion, we approve them, the charge-offs as submitted.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the charge-offs as submitted. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And delinquents are moving in the right direction. We see so continue to slightly move downward, so good deal there.
Yeah, so the next item is a board resolution. It's going to have a bigger financial impact than the charge off by far, but cost of claims were incredibly high last year. We had some pretty significant illnesses between the city and utility. And so Anthem came back to us and said, hey, if you want us to continue covering you guys, it's going to be like a 45% increase. And by the way, this is a committee that board member Raver and I sat on and got a lot more details. We can certainly share it, but long story short is our local agent, Doug Heath, found another provider, United Healthcare, that was willing to cover us at a 15% increase. So the city council approved that in their meeting last week, and we're following up to commit to the same thing unless we want to do something different, which I don't know what that would be. Mark, would you have anything else to say?
No, the only other thing, Jim, is everything's about the same, except is there some health HSA or the deductible increase? So
The HRA.
okay,
So that if you're using the service, there's gonna be a little bit more coming out of your pocket. But the HSA deposit will still remain the same. And the the deductibles did go up a little bit to get this United Healthcare.
It's still a nice program. The employees for their portion is basically, there's no cost to the employee. But their HR APs did go up, so there ultimately will be some cost to those people that use their service. Unfortunately.
So I thought it'd be appropriate if the utility board signed off on the same basic resolution. that
Okay.
the city did.
Does anybody else have any questions for Mark or Jim about the insurance process?
No, it really is not a fun process, but I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-05.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve resolution 2026-05. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried.
All right.
We're up to you, sir.
Just a few other things we'll go through. We do have safety training coming up this Wednesday on electrical back feed, so very electric oriented training. I set up a call with our IT third-party subcontractor to talk about cybersecurity. Board member Parker Woods had some questions. I unfortunately was not able to get on the call, but Parker did, and you want to tell us what you understood?
Yeah, so just revalidating that there's not, what I would call an alternate attack vector, from the incident a couple years ago, and just talking through how the product exactly works. We established that we've limited that other possibility that we discussed. So we're in good shape there.
Good. Very good. Thank you, Parker.
And just for the good of the order, I saw where the United States Senate is trying to put together a bill for water system cybersecurity. Not sure what that means. And I suppose if they require more and different things from utilities, might be some money coming with it. But it's just in the early stages in the federal level. Thanks for doing the call too. Parker.
Absolutely.
One thing on the IMPA front, HIPAA, so they have an annual lineman appreciation event every September, and they host all the members. A lot of we'll send 3 or 4 of our linemen down, and they've asked our electrical superintendent Joe Plake to be one of the guest speakers, talk about his career and maybe provide some encouragement to some of the youngsters that are coming through it. So Joe's glad to do that, and he'll be doing on September 17th.
Good deal.
On the water side, still waiting permission from the county RDC if we potentially want to drill a test well on their property. I need to check in on that. It's been almost a month now, so see what's going on there. They wanted to write up some sort of agreement on what we would do and not do. And I was fine with it, just waiting to see an agreement. So. And then also on the water side, I'm still waiting on budgets for the bottom filter repairs out at the west plant. So should have a couple in hand here. Maybe by next board meeting, we can sift through that and decide what we want to do. We probably won't do anything until next year as far as at least expending the money. So stay tuned there. And then on the wastewater side, I've sent out an RFP, a request for proposal from Strand Engineering and Matt to help us define the scope of work and do a little study on our clarifiers and a new blower at the wastewater plant. Same thing, that process will get us into early 2027 before we have to make firm decisions, and then probably the financial outlays late 27, early 28 if we move ahead with the game plan there. Couple other project updates. The recent rains, not just this past weekend, but before, have really shown us some of the challenges, and they're in front of the Mad Cat. And what the game plan is now is the city is applying for another CCMG state grant. That's how we were able to do East Street and West Street paving and stormwater projects. So they're doing the same, similar application this October, and they're gonna include some work to help us with the drainage there. So we're gonna see if that gets approved before we'll spend the money either way, but we'd rather do it as part of a bigger project.
If we do it as part of the bigger project, it saves us money on tearing up the road, right?
Yeah, that would be part of the part covered by the state.
And
Yep.
put it back.
And sometimes stormwater, it'll be interesting. This is a combination storm and sewer, but most of the stormwater got covered by the grant as well. So we'll see if we can't fit that in and save us even more.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Out west, the new speedways out of the ground, walls are up, roofs is on, and today they started digging down to try to find our utility connections. They found the water today, but we know the sewer's a lot deeper, so they got to get a trench box in here to find it. So we should know more of that on that, maybe as early as tomorrow. Nothing new on any of the other projects, and I do want to point out our next utility board meeting is the day after Labor Day, so it will be on Tuesday, September 8th. We'll do this same place, same time.
Okay.
Is there anything that we need to do from a flood perspective as far as recording or reporting damages and expenditures?
So yes, the county and emergency folks and the state have asked, to capture all costs associated with flood damage. Thus far, I really don't think the utility has any, even though our wastewater plant was flooded. There really wasn't anything damaged where we had to call in third-party contractors. We had a little bit of labor working over the weekend, but really nothing out of the ordinary that wouldn't have had anyway. And amazingly, these last few storms, we haven't had hardly any electrical outages. We've had a few people call and say help them shut power off because water was getting up and things of that nature. So it's a good question, but unless something pops here this week, I don't know of anything that we will report and ask for compensation. So we survived the 100-year flood and got out better than most.
Would have been a whole different story if the power had gone out.
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh my.
I'd be cleaning out my house. Thank goodness.
Good question, Lori. Anybody else have anything? Bob? Nothing today?
Nothing.
I move we adjourn.
Second. Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. We are adjourned.